everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss on contours, contour interval, identification of landforms, whether it's a steep slope or a gentle slope, and the different ways of finding the heights like triangulated height, spot height, benchmark, relative height or depth. Okay, so first let's start the class with the contours. Children, in your syllabus it is clearly mentioned that you need to learn the definition of contour and contour intervals. Okay, so please be thorough with the definition. Like when it comes to contour, what do you mean by contour? So contour is an imaginary line. Okay, it is drawn on a map that connects a place having equal heights above mean sea level. Remember, it is actually denoting the height, elevation of a place, okay, above the mean sea level. Then the contour lines always connects a place which is having the same height. Now see this, I have just drawn one contour line. So every time you won't see the same kind of contour lines. It will be like this or it might be like that. Okay, so different way. Okay, depending on what kind of landform you have. So I hope this is clear to you. A contour, if you see, it's always made with the brown color. So just see thoroughly in your topographical map. Now next is, what is contour interval? Now contour interval is a vertical difference between two consecutive contour lines which remains constant throughout the map. Remember, it is a difference. It is a difference between the two consecutive. Don't write two contour lines. It's not two contour lines. It's a consecutive contour line. See here. This is called as contour interval. The difference between the two consecutive contour lines is called as contour interval. And remember, the contour lines is always, contour intervals are always denoted by a unit. And in this reference map, it is meters. Okay, so sometimes you will get a question like, what is the meaning of contour interval? Then that time you have to give this definition. Okay, see children, what is meant by contour interval? State the contour interval of the topo sheet provided to you. So contour interval, it is a difference between the two consecutive contour lines. Okay, so that definition you have to write. And what is the interval that is provided in this map? Now see here, look at this. Heights and contours is given in meters. Contour interval 20 meters. Okay, so what is the contour interval used here? 20 meters. So your answer will be 20 meters. And remember, do not forget to mention the unit. Unit plays a very vital role. If you don't write the unit, you won't get any marks. So please make sure you mention the unit. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now, next I told about the land feature, isn't it? The land identification of steep slope and the gentle slope. This time in your syllabus only these two are there. The rest are omitted from your syllabus. So how will you identify the steep slope and the gentle slope? I'll give you one example. What is the difference between the slope in grid square 2115 and the one in 1811? Give a reason for your answer. So let's find 2115. So 2115. Now if you look at this, the contour lines are far. See, they are far from each other. That's lots of gap. So I've already told you, if there is gap between the two contour interval, okay, the contour interval, the space is more, then it will be gentle slope. in grid square 2115. Then let's see in 1811, 1811. Now if you look at this, then the contour lines are very close to each other. See, they are very compact. Okay, they are very close to each other. So this will be your steep slope in 1811. Then what is the reason? The reason is there only. The contour lines are very close to each other in the grid 1811, and the contour lines are far from each other in 2115. Okay, so just see, just see whether the contour lines are nearby or far from. If there is a big space and all, that means it is a gentle slope. The contour lines always gives us what? A clear picture of that particular landform. And sometimes what happens is that they will show the height of a place not with the contour lines, but they might use the other way of showing the height of that particular place. Okay, so that we are going to discuss now. Triangulated height. Okay, now what is this triangulated height? Now in your topo map, sometimes you might have seen like this with a triangle, and suppose there is one number given like triangle 312, and the question might be, what does a triangle 312 signifies? Okay, so what does it mean? It's very simple. It is just the height of that particular place, okay, in meters above mean sea level. So you just have to write the height of a place, height of a place in meters, okay, above mean sea level. Okay, then sometimes you might have seen with a spot, and let's say it is written 215. So what does that mean? This is called as spot height. Okay, this all are like spot height is a surveyed place. Okay, and the height of that particular place is 215 meters above mean sea level. Then sometimes you might have seen BM25. Now if you see this BM25, then you remember that conventional symbol. Okay, it is a benchmark. It is given by a surveyor after a survey. Usually the benchmark is put for the buildings or the rocks. Okay, so the surveyor has put that mark, okay, and the height of that particular thing, okay, benchmark 25 meters. Next, you might have noticed 3R, 5R, 12R in your topo sheet map. So what does this indicate on a topo map? This is the relative height or depth. Okay, so if you see this R, it means it is indicating the height of that particular place. Okay, like most of the relative heights or depth is taken of a river, a sand dune, a well, embankment. Okay, now suppose you see a river, and near that river, the side, it is written 3R. So what does that mean? So this means it's a relative height of a bank is 3 meters. Remember children, relative height is not taken from mean sea level. It is a height just taking the surroundings. Okay, of a surrounding only. So you can just write relative height of a bank is 3 meters. Now sometimes in your topo map, it will be like this kind of feature will be there. This is a sand dune. Okay. So if you know the conventional symbol, so you will be clear this is a sand dune. Now if it is written like this, so what will you write? It's a relative height of is sand dune is 5 meters. Okay, relative height of sand dune is 5 meters. Then sometimes you might have seen, not sometimes, most of the time you might have seen this, no? The conventional symbol, if you are aware, this is a well. Okay, well, suppose if it is written 12R. Now in these children you have to be careful. When it is a well, it is always a depth, not height, it is the depth. So you will write relative depth of well is 12 meters. Okay, so if it is a well, okay, if you see this kind of circle out there, it can be perennial, it can be dry well. Okay, if it is blue, okay, colored with blue, that it's a perennial, and if it is just black in color, that means it's a dry well. Okay, but sometimes along with the well, if you see some extra feature like this, you might have noticed in your topographical map, this means it's a tank or a well with an embankment. There's a bund. Okay, so if you see this and suppose 12R is written, then remember it is not the depth, it is the height. So here it is indicating the relative height of an embankment is 12 meters. Okay, so only this, my children. So don't get confused with the height or a depth. So height related with the bank of a river, sand dune, and if it is a bund or an embankment, it will be a height, relative height. And if it is a well, it will become the depth. Okay, so whatever the figure is there, that figure is there, and R means the meters. Okay, children, just see here how it will appear. See here, you might see this 12R, 12R here, 9R, this all this brown line, these are the sand dunes. See here, 8R, isn't it? So this is how it appears on your topographical map. Now let's see what type of questions comes on this particular topic. Okay, what do the following mean? 6R in 1218. 6R in 1218. Now 1218. Let's find 1218 here. 6R. Okay, so this is a river, and as I told you, this is the 6R is written outside the river. It's not inside, it is written outside. So what will be your answer? It will be relative height of a bank is 6 meters. As simple. Okay, very simple. 6R, relative height. Let me give you one more example. See here, what do the following represent? 4R in grid square 1612. 1612. So let's go for figure 1612. Okay, here. See here. Do you see this? It's a tank, and as I told you, it's with the extra feature here. That means this is a tank with an embankment. It's a bund. Okay. So what will be your answer? Whether it will be a depth or the height? I guess you got the answer. It is relative height of an embankment is 4 meters. So I hope this is clear to you. So if it is triangle with a number, then it is a triangulated height in meters above mean sea level. If it is spot with the dot with the number, it is a spot height in meters, okay, above mean sea level. That if it is BM with the number, it should be a benchmark of that particular area. Then if it is R, number with R, it will be either relative height or relative depth. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If it is useful, please share with your friends. If you are new to this channel, do not forget to subscribe it, and see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.